my sea of dreams all in. Nobody's gonna hold me underneath. You don't gotta believe in me. I know who I wanna be. You don't gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. You don't gotta believe in me. You don't gotta believe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Raiders going up against the Saints. With that, we're off to the Bayou as it's time to debut our new broadcast team for 2016. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, certainly looking forward to working with you and the rest of the crew this year as we find ourselves here at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. And partner, a pair of teams that were sort of mirror images of each other a year ago, including in the win-loss column, both finished 7-9.
And Oakland believes they're ready to take the next step. They've been building for the last few years through the draft. They're ready to push for a playoff berth. And New Orleans, they want to get back to the playoffs. Dismal on defense last year. It's time for their offense to jump things up for them.
It's the dawn of a new era for us at EA Sports as the 2016 NFL season is underway. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by the fourth-year quarterback out of Florida State, a former first-round pick, E.J. Manuel.
While it's safe to say he's not exactly lived up to first-round draft pick status, his size, his arm talent, I don't think anyone's given up on him just yet. They want to see if they can still get the best out of E.J. Manuel.
Here's Manuel. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Manuel, flush to his right. And his throw here's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. As we get a glance at these starters, Michael Crabtree is the man we highlight at wide receiver.
Phenomenal hands, so strong. When the ball gets to him, it just dives right there, and then he's able to do things with it after he catches it.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Cameron Jordan is now one of those versatile defensive linemen that you can play all up and down the front. Whether he's playing tackle or end, he knows how to make plays.
Let's see what they go to here on 3rd down and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference, partnered with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon, is tough in college. It's a lot harder in the NFL. You can't touch him after 5 yards downfield. You can't touch him while the ball's not in the air. You can't touch him at all until the ball is at the receiver's hands. Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
Back to throw. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now the rookie from Southern Miss, it's Jalen Richard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And a nice little start to the career for the rookie here, hitting the end zone in week 1 of his career.
And that's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 16th season now, 11th as a New Orleans Saint, Drew Brees.
And he has to hold just about every Saints passing record, doesn't he? I mean, I can't imagine someone else has one.
No, in some cases, probably doubling or tripling the man closest to him.
Yeah, he's been absolutely amazing there. And what I love about him is how much he actually loves the game of football. Does everything that you have to do and then some in terms of preparation, staying with it in the game. I think he actually likes going to meetings. That's how much he loves the game, and he's always ready to play. He might actually play until he's 50. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now Peterson, not exactly sure what happened there defensively, but he's still down. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Now the 6-year man from Alabama, it's Mark Ingram. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And the ball carrier there, Mark Ingram, in his 6th season now with the Saints.
Yet to have a 1,000-yard season, but any guy who wins the Heisman Trophy, you know the potential's always there.
Yeah, but you're right. Yet to get to 1,000. Had 769 last year in 12 games. On first down, Breeze. And that'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Shift together here from the D-line. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the 1st with Ingram. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the 1st.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Manuel. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. They have to recover a little bit. Last time, they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them. No matter what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually, you need a big play to get things turned around.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive. Throwing now is Breeze. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. That one intended for Anquan Bolden. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup. And there's a nice completion to Kobe Fleener, and no one can be happier than Drew Brees.
They had Jimmy Graham for all those years, Ben Watson last year, and now coming south from Indianapolis, Fleener. They'll come out in the pistol. On first down, Breeze. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And that's incomplete. He was looking for Mark Ingram there. And it's 3rd and short.
And there was a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got Snead. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Kill. 99, check 99.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start. Offense.
Single. I got a single in the slot. I got 83. I got 5'9". Show whatever. Check. 53 flight.
Now Breeze again. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Ready. Let's go.
Again, it's Breeze. It's caught left side, Bolden. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Hey. 5'9". 4 down.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
And his kick is good. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. And that 3-point tally now means we are even here toward the end of the 2nd quarter.
And what a way to end the half. Put some points on the board, feel better about yourselves as a team, and you're right back to even.
Cordero Patterson past the 20. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Last year in the regular season, only 7 kick return TDs. We get a taste of it here in Week 1 in 2016.
And don't be surprised if that number of 7 falls this year, because every special teams coach that I talked with in the offseason all vowed to be more aggressive in their kick return game.
Janikowski now for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Saints have an edge in time of possession right now. The Raiders look like they'll be in this game for 4 quarters. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Raiders line up at the 3. It's going to be a run play here, and he'll go in for the score. The Raiders with the early advantage. About halfway through the second quarter, Ingram's going to stay between the tackles. This run caps off the drive with the score. We're tied back up at 7. 1st and 10, Manuel's going to find his mark. He ends up picking up a yard before heading out of bounds. They would go on to kick a field goal and put 3 points on the board. Now to late in the second. Quick pass is complete, and he'll end up at the 40-yard line before being tackled. Saints would later kick the field goal. Staying late in the second, Patterson's going to get a good return going here, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They come up with one back. That's Ingram. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now, and the Raiders have got him. The first time All-Pro in 2015, Khalil Mack in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
And he's got Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
False start, offense.
So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And a neutral zone infraction on the defense.
The defense thought they had the timing count on the quarterback's cadence, but they jumped too soon.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Breeze now on first down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there. Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, you plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Breeze to throw on 2nd. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. The former 49er, Aldon Smith, coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Breeze now. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
Well, I like the chutzpah there, right? They decided to go ahead and fake it and try and pick up a first down, but how about how they executed defensively and smothered that one? I know back from my time frame, everyone has responsibilities, even rushing on a field goal attempt. You've got the tight end, you've got the wing back, you might have the guy out of the backfield. Well, they executed that well.
Yeah.
Really stuck to what they needed to do.
It wasn't just 11 guys trying to block it. They were ready. They got it done. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here. Number 4. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Donnell Ellerbe with the tackle. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Now Manuel, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
And the defense will accept this penalty and force the offense back.
Hey. Ready. Four down.
On second down, here's Breeze. It's complete. Fleener, right side. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aldon Smith in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Breeze hands to Ingram. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't get what they wanted on that play. That means it's a big-time decision on what you call on 4th down.
Absolutely, because a field goal here doesn't do them much good. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Mark Ingram, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it's up and good. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now Breeze. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football. But the guys on the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
And he's going to, the Saints signal for another timeout. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. 2nd down following the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Raiders, their future home is still a bit murky, but one thing's certain, they're 1-0 to begin the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.